Okay, so now that I'm... God, how long was that? Like 2, 3 hours later? Jesus Christ. Where am I? Ah! Oh God, I'm being attacked right now. What am I being attacked by? Where am I? Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. Okay. Let's see here. No, there's nothing to see here. There's nothing to see here. Okay. I'm not only aware of Chex Quest, I've actually played and beaten Chex Quest. And it's better than Doom in every way, except for like level design and counter composition. But it is a fun game, and it's surprisingly good. The cutscenes are the best part. Oh, those are. Question man. That's true.
This is a premium nanotech dispenser. You can purchase a can to increase your maximum health.
4,000. Yeah.
This dispenser also carries Ultra Nanotech, the very latest in Gadgetron technology.
Honestly, even one additional health is kind of a big deal at this point.
Then Premium Nanotech.
How much is the other one? 30,000. Yeah, that would be nice, but not happening. That's true, Chill Pangolin. Conversely, it's also extremely false. Well, it's funny you say that, because here we are. Yep, crossing the Rubicon, Kitten Fan. A saying you don't hear very often. Listen, this is beyond the pale, Rax. A judge actually doing their job is apparently beyond the pale now. That's what qualifies as beyond the pale. Okay. That's the best part, Federation Builder. We never left! Wait, this is the dessert. This is not what I wanted at all. Listen, we can charge you or we can overcharge you. And I think I know the option there. You don't want to just leave money lying on the ground. You want to bilk every single cent you can out of those worthless creatures that dare call themselves human beings. I spit upon them. They do not even exist. The only thing that matters is my own perfect self. That's it over here? I was expecting like a secret or something, but gosh darn it. There it is, I think. Yep, that looks like it. Detached is another word I would use to describe this game. If you've ever been to Disneyland, it reminds me a lot of when you go see those dioramas that are clearly not real. They're just uncanny enough to make you go. Sorry, I'm still trying to describe that weird Kingdom Hearts 1-y feel of the game. Oh yeah, anyways, so I mentioned this to my streamers, but for anybody who cares on the VODs, I have no idea what my streaming schedule is going to be for the next uncertain amount of time. So I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know for how long. It's a horrific feeling. It's okay, I did eventually get to sleep last night. Well, the reason why boils down to a combination of greed and certain specific individuals making a concerted effort in order to reduce the amount of overall buying power of an average citizen to the point where the poverty line is artificially raised above what used to be considered lower middle class, and upper middle class. That's really not a joke. The actual... I feel like that sounds like I'm being facetious, but no. The issue... Okay. The issue is the fact that, if this was, say, 30 years ago, hell, even 20 years ago, I would just have enough buying power to handle the situation myself with no issues. It isn't. I don't. So that is the core issue. Tank doing? It actually is legitimately bad for the economy. In fact, fun fact, it's also bad for rich people. The way I like to describe it, very, 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 very simply. I see your question, I don't understand it. The simplest way to explain it is, rather than living on, rather than having a nice place for everyone to live and living on the top of that nice place, most rich people want everyone to live in a crappy place to live, but they live on top. might do that because I don't have enough shots here. If those of you not aware, right now studio apartments on the low end are going for about $800 a month. Which is, you know, that's a thing. What are the need for the apartment? So there's some uncertainty involved over Lictum. Let's say we go to look for a house, right? Let's say it takes 4 months to look for a house. How much money do you think it's going to cost to live it out of a hotel for 4 months? Now, it could take a week. It could take a month. It could take 3 days. Like, it's extremely variable. That's the problem. You need a place to hole up in order to go house hunting. Can't tell, look from where I am. It's a 14-hour drive for Lictum. I don't know about you. I don't want to make that drive every day. Like, I mean, maybe over in Germany, you're cool with driving 14 hours a day. Yeah, no, you pretty much need to be local. A surprising amount of that stuff can be done distantly. But when it comes to house, and this is true, when it comes to house, it's like Wikipedia, okay? I'm dead serious, hear me out. Wikipedia is a great starting place to look into something, right? It's a good place to begin researching something. But you don't use Wikipedia as your final source, right? Same thing with Zillow or Homes.com or whatever the other app properties are out there. You want to actually physically go and inspect it yourself. You probably also want to hire someone whose job it is to be an assessor to go and check for the stuff that you're going to miss.
Hey, I know you two.
Look, the plumber's back.
Very funny.
What are you doing here, sir?
Maintenance. What else? I helped fix this planet's useless air defenses.
Well, I think you'd better hurry up.
The turret works fine, you little yahoo. It's the locals. They haven't got the skilled manpower to use it.
I'm a pretty good shot.
You? No, I could lose my job.
Oh, come on. What's the sense of keeping up a turret if nobody's gonna use it? Besides, the Blarg chased you off the last planet. Why don't we pay him back?
Well, all right, go on if you want. Just don't break anything.
Well, okay. Also, isn't the job of being in a turret to break things? Like a lot of things. Oh, there's actually another asterisk. And this is something I am 100% going to lay on Trump. I try not to be like, hey, Trump sucks too often, because I know some people don't like to hear that. But let me be very, very, very clear about this. The firing and deregulation of so many different airline security features and personnel with the United States has gotten to the point where I legitimately consider flying in the U.S. to no longer be safe. So flying up there is no longer an option. Am I doing anything? He is trying for it, Yura. They have already put forth the beginnings of the bill. I forget exactly how it works. But it is technically legally possible for Trump to get a third term. And they're already putting in the paperwork to make that happen. Kind of optimistic if you ask me. I would be shocked if he lives that long.
Look who's awake. You're lucky I was here to drag your unconscious keister out of that turret. Good news is, I got the cannon fixed again.
Ah, there they are. They do. They're the red dots on the radar. That's what I missed last time. Oh, come on. No, 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 no. Oh, Jesus.
Well, look who's awake. You're lucky I was here to drag your unconscious keister out of that turret. Good news is, I got the cannon fixed again.
Actually, yeah, Dakota. That's pretty much what we're at. We are currently going through Reagan 2. Straight up. The good news is that some of you may remember that the Reagan administration was followed by years upon years of people facing consequences for all the stuff they did during the Reagan administration. No, I don't mean how the world was made a worse place. I mean, like, people getting thrown in jail for the rest of their lives. Quite a few, actually. A lot of people tend to forget the trials were extensive and multitudinous after the Reagan administration. And if there's one group that absolutely despises the current administration, it's the legal teams. Oh, we don't talk about Kissinger. Jackass.
Well, look who's awake.
What?
You're lucky I was
What?
here to drag your
What?
unconscious keister
What
out
hit
of
me?
the turret. Good news is, I got the cannon fixed again.
God damn it. I literally didn't see it. I literally didn't see it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I didn't see it coming at all. I act. Oh no, it is above and beyond Lunar Earth. Which means either we're in for a shock period of people being like, whoa, we need to pull back. Or it'll get worse. Take your pick. Yeah, I noticed that, Rex. If you want me to go kill myself later, just say so. All I'm asking is that you stab me yourself. I'll give you $5. Okay, fine, 10.
Well, well, well. Looks like he's good for something after all. Here, take this.
What is it?
It detects underground bolts. My grandfather designed it to suck up loose change on any planet in the galaxy. What a cheap old man he was. Well, see you around sometime.
Thanks.
Since you now own the metal detector, a bolt icon will show up on screen whenever you are near a buried stash of bolts. When equipped, the metal detector will give you signals to indicate your proximity to the buried bolts. The detector plate will always indicate the direction to the bolts. Hold down the circle button to activate the device. As you move closer to the bolts, the rings will become redder and the beeping will become faster. Continue holding down the circle button, and once you are directly over the bolts, the metal detector will suck them out of the ground.
Okay, that was really out of nowhere. There's a whole FMV, too. What the hell? We haven't had that for any of these. I'm pretty sure most people heavily dislike sides in political systems, Czar. So congratulations. You've passed the breathing test. Okay. Now what? I think we destroyed all the bombers. Got that. I'm in a weird part where I'm not actually sure what to do next. Let's see. We did, and we still need to get the raritanium. So actually, the rule is pretty simple. Polemic is the definition of polemic. Let me walk that sentence back. The polemic rule hasn't gone away. That probably makes sense to most of you, but to explain that in a little bit more. The goal is still to avoid polemic topics. So I'm not going to talk about something that people
That
have.
must be the ship that will transport the bomb.
You think? Great work, Detective.
What was that cutscene? Why was it even there? All right, yeah, exactly, Rex.
The R1 button to activate hover, and hold the L2 or R2 button to strafe from side to side.
Oh, wow, that's extraordinarily awful. Anyways, but yeah, so that strafe is so terrible, I'm like never gonna use that again. Anyways, but yeah, so the no polemic rule still exists. If there is a topic that's gonna stir some crap up and make people gotta have the topic correct. Then yeah, no, that still qualifies as polemic. But at this point in time, well, that sort of thing has stopped being polemic. I actually know of one person personally, who voted for Trump and is still a Trump supporter. Now, they happen to be a garbage human being, unrelated, so may or may not be part of the thing. Hang on, something's off. But I bring that up because most people I know have kind of shifted from being a Trump supporter to not. It's actually my dad, act. Now, my mother doesn't care about anything anymore. Amusingly. Where's VSync? Because I'm having some weird screen tearing. I shouldn't, because we're locked at 60, but I am having some screen tear. Are you seeing it, or is it just on my end? Where the hell is VSync? Whatever. No, that's probably exactly as polemic Federation Builder. Screen tearing, oh god. It's actually pretty complicated, so I'm trying to think of how to best summarize that. It has to do with when the exact rate at which a screen is being rendered onto your screen, and or excuse me, to your monitor, and the rate at which your monitor is then showing that to you is off by an extremely small amount. But it's visible. The eye catches it. As I say, I think that might just be something in the rendering of the game. Hang on a second. Egalitarian aquatic. Lol. Oh yeah, I never found out, or at least I spaced. How did the L-gate strategy work? God, what else changed when I was resetting everything? Oh, here we go. Behold! This is what Euro really wants. Answer mode. Yeah, we can do better than that. There we go. There's cancer mode right there. Look at that. Oh, Jesus, that's so awful. Oh, it's even worse. How did that even get worse? Ugh. Ugh, get rid of all that crap. Okay, we're okay. Oh, there it is. Thank you. We'll see if that actually... Trilinear filting is off. Where's trilinear filting? There we go. We'll try that. Let's see how that looks. Hell yeah! Trihexia. Wait. Okay. Well, that immediately feels better. Yeah, if you want to hear something that scares me the most about all the crap, like arresting judges, nah, he's stirring up the hornet's nest there. No, it's the ICE, the everything he's been doing with the ICE team in general. That's not great. So trilinear filtering was actually off, and it was giving me an error message for that. So I turned it back to default. Which it said what I should. I believe it already was. I'm kidding. Yeah, I see what you're talking about with the shadows, though. As you can see, our shadows are a little bit interesting. I'm not sure what's going on with those shadows. God damn it, we had this fine. I just want to beat the game. It's not even that good of a game. I'm sorry. This is a great game. It's a wonderful game. Take it to the toxic planet. Alright. It is a net positive game. I actually really unironic. The reason I brought up the Sunshine Point earlier was because this feels like a game I would replay the first bit of the game and then hit a certain point and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm good. Again, San Andreas. Is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas a good game? Does it hit the point where you put the game down because it all of a sudden starts sucking? is off here? So, I'm looking at my shadows here. What the hell am I doing? Let's just do this really quick. Nope, that doesn't fix anything. I didn't think it would. Yeah, pretty much the moment you hit the plane missions, either the ones in San Francisco, or Fiero, whatever it's called, or the ones where you have to do for Hades. All right. I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone. Because yeah, that's a very interesting shadowy problem. We just keep finding new issues. Oh no! Oh god, I'm out of ammo. I'm out of ammo. I fired till I was out of ammo. There we go. That would be Vice City, has the helicopter things. Yeah, I actually agree. What's the name of this planet? Hoven. Plus to Hoven. Plus to Hoven. Here we go. Yeah, the art team kind of did really well. I'm honestly shocked. I'm sorry. Not something I would have expected. No, Lord Harriman, not at all. People who tend to bring that up are people who don't really understand why issues exist and why people are working with that. And let me put this way. Let me try to come up with a really good analogy for this. Hang on. All the way back here, huh? What? Why? Why? What? What? What are they doing down there? They just shoot each other. I mean, I'm okay with that. Y'all can shoot yourselves. That's your problem. We here at the Lore Walkers are tolerant of your desire to shoot yourselves. Are they all dead? No, there's a couple left. Okay. So let's look at your favorite character in Dragon Age Origins, Lord Harriman. Balin. Now, imagine if someone decided to be really wigged out about Balin and constantly used it as a talking point and constantly was trying to use Balin as an excuse to do all kinds of shady, unpleasant, horrible, stupid, dumb things to completely screw with Orzammar society. Now, hang on, you're probably thinking, well, but Balin's a problem, right? The problem that they think exists with Balin, and the thing they keep bringing up about Balin, is the fact that he's a dwarf. It has nothing to do with what's actually going on. It has no basis in any kind of reality. There's no validity behind what people are using it as a talking point. Is there a conversation that canon should be had about national debts? Yes. Is what they're doing it? No. Does that make sense, Lord Harriman? Hello, Evo. Of course. Gadgets, I think. Yeah. This feels like a deposit. Grab. The biggest problem we have with the national debt boils down to how Congress sets and changes its budgets. Not any of the other nonsense you hear about it. People are like, oh my god, we gotta stop spending so much money. No, we don't. Oh my god, so much money is getting out of people and inflation's running out of control. No, it's not. The overwhelming majority of the problems we face boil down to rich people trying to slowly squeeze more and more money out of people who are not rich. I actually discussed that earlier when I was discussing the nature of how money can be transferred further up, simply as a nature of modern business, and why inflation barely exists as a concept. What in the world? Can I not do? This is the hydro thing, right? Oh, there we go. A debt spiral? What it would take for the United States to truly get into a debt spiral is so much worse than where we're at. Is it something that can happen? Yeah. Is it something that's going to happen? No. I don't think most people understand exactly what is involved for something like that to come to pass. Huh. Won't need to happen. Okay. So every corporation in America would need to shut down, and every governmental body at the state, county, and federal level would have to shut down, in addition to rampant and unremedicated spending, while simultaneously not actually generating any new products or services or resources within the United States itself. All of that would be required to hit that point. It could happen. I'm not saying it couldn't. I could also win the lottery today. These things are possible. You have to understand. Yeah, no, literally, the United States would stop existing before we hit that point. It's one of those funny little things. If we ever legitimately hit a point where that is an actual concern, we have a dozen other problems well before that. That's why I'm not worried about it. If I'm going to sit here... Okay, let me tell you a story. My dad's girlfriend, we'll call her that, girlfriend of 30 years, is someone who lives in such a nonstop and constant state of fear because of everything that's happening everywhere. And because of how the LGBTQs are going to reprogram our youth and all that fun stuff. She's insane, by the way. She lives in such a constant state of fear that she legitimately is afraid that at any point in time, someone who is darker skinned than her could show up and murder, kidnap, or rape her just like that, off the street. That is the level of fear that she experiences on a daily basis. It's actually the point of legitimate paranoia. Not what we usually mean when we say the word paranoid, but paranoia, right? Oh yeah, she's completely drank the Kool-Aid. But I bring that up because regardless of your particular political leaning, this is going to sound strange, but there's no real value in living in a state of that particular level of fear. Is it possible that a rogue bit of, I forget what it's called, matter, like strange matter, I think is what it's called, could show up and wipe out all life in the solar system in the space of less than a second? Yes, that is something that can actually happen. Is it possible that one of those ricocheting black holes that are moving at like 0.9 C through the galaxy could hit us and we would die before we notice it? Yes, that is something that could possibly happen. Or a gamma ray burst, which is also kind of terrifying, right? Is it possible that the entire United States will completely self-destruct and will no longer exist as a polity? Yes, that's possible. Living in fear of that is not something that's helpful. Does that make sense? It's something that I ran into with COVID, and I actually kind of failed at describing this, and that's actually my fault. It's all things. Because someone thought I was saying that COVID wasn't going to be a big deal because I wasn't afraid of it, and I was open about not being afraid of it. But I had to clarify in private to that person, no, I'm not saying it's not a big deal. I'm saying we should be cautious, careful, and considerate. And we should take means and efforts to take care of it. They're like, well, what's the difference between that and being afraid? The fear. Yeah. It is a big deal that we can and should handle rationally. Right? Let me tell you, the one thing that you can 100% guarantee will always make something worse is panicking about it. Let yourself get into a fear spiral. You've lost. Now, to once again get even more nuanced than that, I also have to mention that a fear spiral is different than being afraid. Fear is a healthy and normal human reaction to a lot of stimuli. Stimulus. I suppose stimuli? I don't know. There is such a thing as healthy fear. So it's not like you have to walk through life just, drugs and out, like Drugs Girl. There's a reference nobody's gonna get. Anyways, I'm sorry, this is a bit of a tangent here. I apologize, Lord Hairmont. But I also blame you, because this is all your fault. And for that, I will live in fear for the rest of my life. I'm sorry. But I hope this kind of answers a bit of a question here. Am I afraid of the national debt? No. Do I think the national debt is an issue that probably should be solved? Yeah. Do I think having a national debt is a bad thing? No. That's another thing. A lot of people don't understand that having a bit of a national debt and a fluid national debt is actually an extremely healthy thing. It's a very normal operating procedure for most states, most polities in general, to be in. I've talked about this before. No, I'll tell you what I'm most afraid of. Yeah, exactly. It's the way I like to describe debt to people who don't understand economics, especially macroeconomics, is think of it like a vacuum. No, not like a vacuum cleaner. No, not a vacuum. Oh, God, I've already lost you. Okay. Think of it like a vacuum. It's a portion of a... It's a hole. It's a space in which other things can move into. You have a vacuum bubble here. Money comes in from over here. Then you get another, and that allows you to make another vacuum bubble, which allows you to pull money more in. That's national debt, or at least, to be clear, that's how national debt should be. If national debt just sits there for a long time, that's problematic. Looking at you, United Kingdom. The goal is to have a degree of debt which you use to do things. Oftentimes that debt is actually incurred on the actual people in the very nation. That's what bonds and treasury reserve kind of stuff is, really, is it's borrowing from your own citizenry. So you borrow, you do, you pay off, you borrow again. And that's pretty much the cycle. Okay, I think we made it. We did. Woo!
Hey, buddy, what's shaking?
Oh, my goodness. Aren't you just a little angel?
She looks younger than her voice sounds.
Robot.
You're funny, too.
Yeah, but looks aren't everything.
You be nice. I think I got something special for you. How would you like a hydro pack upgrade?
That would be quite helpful for swimming underwater.
Whatever.
There you go, sweetie. You look so handsome.
Thank you, miss. Your craftspersonship is excellent.
If you two are through...
Jealous?
You come back and see me any old time.
She was never seen again.
The Hydro Pack will automatically equip when you are swimming. The Hydro Pack lets you swim against currents.
Cool. Yeah, actually, I was going to say, that's Surprisingly decent voice acting. I wonder who that is. Okay, so now... Well, you see... What the... Oh, you wanted a real answer, Evo. Bad writing. Or miraculously, no writing. Someone I know, who I will not name in chat, once told me that video game writing sucks because video games tend to not have writers. And I pushed back against that really hard because I've been studying and analyzing video games for the better part of the last 10 years, and I could name lots and lots and lots of games with very, very good writing. Then there's Ratchet and Clank 1. So if you're watching this, you know you are, you win. This game literally didn't have a writer. No, I don't think it was you, Yura. Pretty sure. You are literally Stalin, though, so... Oh, yeah, ice physics! Yeah! Oh, no, oh, no, oh, no. Do the thing! Ah! Made it. Yeah, sorry, so for those of you not aware, I'm not actually joking. The animating team, which is the lead animating director and the main rigger, I believe, actually did the writing for this game and the second game. The third game, they actually hired a writer. I do like Devastator ammo. What'd I miss? What'd I miss? No writing negative. Kinda, yeah. You know, that's actually an entirely valid point, Era. If you look at all of gaming, like all of gaming, how many games have worthwhile gameplay? Really? Wait, so Nefarious was added in 3? Wow, and we just died. Okay. Wow. And yeah, and comes back in a crack in time. Yes. He was in the unskippable intro. I was actually thinking about it recently because something I've struggled against over the years in my career is I have to try and really explain to people, as strange as it sounds, that there's nothing wrong with getting, say, a 90 golden number on a game, right? Or an 80 or a 60 or whatever. Because that's a good score. It's not relative to, like, the games we've covered. It's relative to games all the time, ever. Now, by natural and logical consequence, most of the games we cover are net positive, because most of the games people want to have covered are games that they enjoy, right? Like, they want to see how it plays and how it turns out. And, you know, also the absolute dreck. So, we've got absolute garbage, and then we've got everything else, which is almost universally net positive. So, the score we tend to get is a little bit slanted, because a lot of people ask us to cover some of the best games ever made. Yeah, exactly, Rex. Yeah, plus 40 is actually an averagely good game, and pretty impressive. Someone actually asked me on the YouTube VODs to put together a guide for how I do the review system. Interestingly enough, I'm not sure how to do that. Like, it's simple enough that I'm surprised anyone's ever asked for it. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted. Oh, that's an insta kill. Oh, that's. Oh, okay, okay. I have to hit this thing again too. At its fundamental core, a golden number above 0 is an above average game. It is a net positive game. And that's pretty much the basics right there. Now, I go into a lot of detail and I cover a lot of specifics about how I earn that or how games earn that, but the bottom line is, if it's above... You're fine, Wolverine. If it's above 0, it's good. Net good. Okay. I do a whole lot of math, and there's a whole lot of systems to try and keep that as accurate as possible. Oh my God! Stop going that way! Jesus! Like, I don't know if you caught that. The ice physics were affecting me in midair. So that was a thing. Sorry, I just realized someone asked earlier. Where's my save state? There it is. Someone asked earlier. Where is my personal sunshine point in Super Mario Sunshine? The moment you hit the roller coaster park. I don't remember the name of the stage. Oh, that was like just an inch early. Yeah, so I'm not doing that. Game. There we go. Peanut Park. Yep, that's it. Peanut Park is the moment the game starts to get bad. And pretty much every stage after that is noticeably worse. I actually did a whole showcasing of this recently. Because it's not even just the level quality, which is obvious. Even just the visuals get worse. One of the last stages you unlock is the village. I forget what it's named, but it's a village. And it's just kind of absent in doodadding. And doesn't really have a lot of visual design or brickwork. And it also has just this giant bottomless pit below it for no particular reason. Yeah, no, it's the clear point at which, because for those who are not aware, no. Some of the early Mario Sunshine levels are gorgeous, like legitimately gorgeous. Like the first stage and the harbor on a visual side of things are amazing. They look good to this very day, right? And of course, the actual hub world, you know, the plaza, Piano Plaza, is amazing. It's one of the best hub worlds I've ever seen. But you can, for those of you not aware, Sunshine actually started to run out of time and budget about midway through it. And it's obvious which levels they just did not have the time to put that Nintendo polish on. Okay, so I'm going to try to do this the hard way, just once, just for the hell of it. Okay, hang on. Pretty much, Velivalda, pretty much. But yeah, if I actually was to sit down and replay Sunshine, I might actually go through the park. Maybe not 100% the park, but that's the point. I would 100% every stage up to the park, and then I would, if you look at it, the amount of shines I would get on each stage goes less and less and less, with a couple of notable exceptions after that, until finally I'm not playing the game anymore.
Oh, heck.
Is there a problem, sir?
Y'all wouldn't have any spare parts, would you?
Help yourself.
These dang rocks are too tough. I keep breaking my drill.
That rock is raritanium.
Let me look at that drill.
Well, shoot my dog and call me Sally. Thanks, partner.
You heard him.
No problem. I suppose I could take that rock off your hands, too.
Heck, here you go.
One of the things that people were making fun of me for, and I deserve. Fun at the Ren Fair, Evo. Before Mario Sunshine, I said, man, I can't wait to play Mario Sunshine. It's going to be so much better than Mario 64. Mario 64 rated higher. Because Sunshine, the thing for Sunshine for me personally, and this was really proven when I went back through it. I actually went back to it twice. Once for the actual review and once to just kind of do a once-over when we were doing the Mario block. I remember Sunshine extremely fondly, but once I actually get to it, all of the irritation comes flying back in. You know what I mean? Like, everyone points to the pachinko level, for example. But there are some stages, and they're almost all in the late game, which are just amazingly frustrating. Just, not good, not challenging, not fun. Frustrating. Still a game I recommend playing. At least, you know, partially. Does this just go back? Is that what this is? Oh my god, the Sandbird. Yep. Yep. That's a valid thing to hate. Mario 64 actually suffers from Sunshine Syndrome as well, I would say. The first few stages in Mario 64 are... I don't want to overpraise, but they're damn good. They do a lot of what they need to do, and they do it very well. Like, hey, this is essentially the first 3D platformer. Here you go. And they do a really good job of conveying what a 3D platformer is and what's expected from you. And they have good escalation. Like, for example, if you think about it, the first few stages in Mario 64 have no bottomless pits. We have Bob-omb Battlefield and the water one I can't think of the name of. And both of those are safe areas. Then you've got the Womb Fortress, which does have a bottomless pit, but it's kind of hard to fall into it. You have to work at it. And the same thing with the ice area, the first Ice Mountain stage. Move past that, you go downstairs, and you start to see some really creative levels. You got the ghost level, the lava level, the sand level. And pretty good stuff down there, okay. Then you go upstairs. That's the Sunshine Point, by the way. For Mario 64. The moment you go upstairs, the levels get noticeably worse. I find that funny, Rex, because you yourself have talked to me about how you try to avoid completionist mentality. How do I get over there? Oh my god, the clock. The clock. I have 100%ed Mario 64 twice. Once on the original N64, once on the DS. I'm never doing that again. I accept this. So Zelda games that have Sunshine Syndrome. So obviously Ocarina of Time, which is total garbage. Okay, they all left. Most Zelda games, in my opinion, don't really have Sunshine Syndrome, but a few do. The easiest example of that is Zelda 2. Zelda 2, a lot of people tend to forget that Zelda 2 is actually a good game up until a certain point of the game, because that point and everything after that is what they tend to remember. No judgment, of course, because that point of the game and the point afterwards is pretty terrible. You could pretty much track it to the moment you... okay, this is just my life, I guess? You can pretty much track it in Zelda 2 to the moment you go across the bridge. The thing you need, I think, the flute for, in order to cross the bridge. Most of the early stages are interesting, most of the early bosses are fun, and the actual progression of the overworld is fine, and most of the enemies are fine. Everything's cool. And the moment you cross that bridge, it starts punching you in the teeth. And it kind of never stops. Okay, I think we're good. Devastator. Woo-hoo. I remember how to enter. There we go. Oh, I thought it was 3 shots. Ah, whatever. Let's see. Ratchet has a right to be mad at Clank. Okay. Does he have a right to be badly written and badly voice acted? Asking for a friend. So, Zelda 2. I would also say Zelda 1. Zelda 1's a weird one because you can do so much of Zelda 1 out of order. But if there is a Sunshine Syndrome point in Zelda 1, it's level 6. If you don't remember which one that is, it's the one with all the whiz robes. After Twitch account. No! Run! 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 Yeah, we're... Oh, wow. We lived. You know, that's fair, Lord Harrimont. I apologize for my misinformation. So, like, Kingdom Hearts 1 is a weird one, so we don't really have a lore for this. Oh, actually, no, we do. It's called Kingdom Hearts Syndrome. Right, right. Kingdom Hearts Syndrome is where, you know, a bunch of stuff is front-loaded and then back-loaded, and there's a whole lot of padding in the middle. He doesn't want to lock on. He doesn't want to lock on. Okay, that's... Oh my god, back here? Really? Okay. Hang on. I'm gonna get 57... I don't know why I'm stuck on the number 57 today. So we had Eudora. Hang on a second. Yeah, actually, Wind Waker is another example of Kingdom Hearts Syndrome. Legitimately. Wind Waker starts off really good, ends really good, and has a whole lot of nothing in the middle. Oh, yeah, exactly, Valley Valda. Kingdom Hearts 1 actually has a shockingly good intro. It seems like it's one of those child nonsense intros, which I tend to hate. But it's actually not. It's awesome. If anything's going to bolster the score of Kingdom Hearts 1, that's it. Oh, sure. You ever play Pokemon, Loke? There you go. All right. When do I say the intro of Kingdom Hearts 1 ends? That's actually a good question. Because there's two obvious answers. The first is the first time you get to Traverse Town. The second is the first time you leave Traverse Town. I would say when you leave Traverse Town. Personally. Okay, so Eudora. Hang on. Then we had G34, which is that. Rilgar. Which one was Rilgar? Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's Rilgar. Which one was Umbras? Oh, this... No? Oh, this is... this is the Hellscape. Okay. Good question, offshore Twitch account. Yes, Rilgar was hoverboards and drowning. And then that was the Hellscape. Battalia is the fortress area. So we'll go and mark here. I kind of do. I know that I'm, you know, terrible, evil, awful, no good, very bad, and the worst. But I do think this game is honestly a bit too long. I know that sounds strange. Poketaru. I remember that one. Don't even need to remember that one. And Run Hoven. Okay. Okay. You ever forgot the Shadows thing, by the way, Rax? I mean, not that's the end of the universe, but... Really? Game? Okay, sure, whatever. It's fine. It really isn't the end of the world. I was just curious. What does it want me to do with these guys? I guess I could just use a Devastator match here. Whatever. Sure, fine. Now that I have 1 health again. Oh, hey. Oh, it totally does. If it wanted me to kill everything in its path, it needs to stop respawning everything every time I die. God dang it. I've also been running into ammo problems for quite a while at this point. I have a feeling it wants me to be buying ammo every time I hit a ammo vendor. It is pretty bad offshore Twitch account. And notice I haven't used it since the tutorial for it. Okay, fine, whatever. Sons of Submariners. Oh, come on! Alright, what? Did you see that? It was like, hang on. Okay, here's the last one. A game that becomes good or tolerable towards the end? I'm not sure what it is. So we have Mystic Quest effect, right? Which, I think I just screwed up my terms, and I did. So, Mystic Quest effect is when the beginning and end are good. Not Kingdom Hearts Syndrome. Kingdom Hearts Syndrome is when it takes a while to get to the part where the game actually gets good, but once it does, it kind of nails it. Then there's Sunshine Syndrome. That's when a game, starts good and then goes plunk. Have you ever streamed Star Wars The Old Republic? I just want you to know I'm restraining myself from my usual sarcastic response. Because when someone... I want to explain this. The answer is yes. I want to explain this, because when someone asks me something like, hey Lord, do you breathe air? My knee-jerk reaction is to be sarcastic. Not because I'm being insulting, to be clear. It's because I'm actually embarrassed. The idea of answering that question feels embarrassing, if that makes any kind of sense. Like, it would be diminishing to you or your intellect to just tell you, hey, yeah, of course, I've heard of Mass Effect, right? But I've been trying really hard to get out of that habit lately. So, I'm going to give you a very straight answer now that I've talked too long about that. And we're dead. Yeah, see, the questioner might be joking, too. Like, are you joking about the door thing?
We are too late. The ship is leaving.
Hang on. There's an old defense turret over there. Hey, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I sincerely doubt it.
Yes, I have done a full run of Tor. Tor is done. We have covered Tor. Oh, that's interesting. I can't strafe when I'm in first-person mode. Interesting. Oh, I'd pull out my gun and shoot them on the spots, but who was shooting me? Ah, I see. I will say this, Spartan. My sister has quit jobs over less than that. Literally. Not exaggerating, not joking. What about new patches, J. Palmer? Game! No! 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 Well, that's a good question, J. Palmer. So, could someone do me a favor? Legitimate question. Go check the website. And see when the Tor run finished. It's the date that's listed on the review page. I'm gonna be real. I thought shooting the turrets was shooting the ship. Legitimately. It looked like it was doing damage, so. There you go. 2020. October of 2022. So it's been a little over 2 years, and since then there's been one patch. I think we're good, J. Palmer. Let me be much more clear. I am never playing Tor ever again. I uninstalled it in October of 2022. The new patch I just referenced is such a minor thing. It includes one quest chain, which I believe is like 3 quests long. That's it. There is no new content in Tor. It is one of the most zombie MMOs I've ever seen. There are tiny little MMOs made by dev teams of 10 people that have more content, that are more active than Toros. It's not a joke. It's not an exaggeration. See, that's an interesting question, Spark. Because the game has slowly been made worse around the vanilla content. But is it still worth playing? It depends on how much free time and or money you have. Several of the vanilla stories are still legitimately good.
Men, you are about to embark on a very dangerous mission. We will be launching a heavily armed surprise attack from our new moon base against a completely unarmed planet. Actually, that doesn't sound too dangerous. Nevertheless, your orders are simple. Destroy anything that moves. Steal the power generators from Gorda City. Then destroy anything that doesn't move. Oh, and don't forget, have fun.
We must get to the moon base and stop Drek.
No, we have to get to the moon base to find Quark. If Drek is there, Quark is probably with him.
But Drek is going to destroy that city. We must get to the base.
That's what I said.
No, that is what I said.
Fine.
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 Fine. Or alternatively, fine. Or fine. You could also go seductive fine. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the cutscenes. Anyways. I was just checking, because usually there's like a more overt shortcut-y thing, but I guess not. But yeah, Tor's a zombie. It's a damn shame, but it's true. STO, we'll see. But Tor's a lurching corpse.
It is time to begin your new assignment.
Ah, a photo op by your shiny new shuttle. Terrific idea.
Oh, you really are an idiot.
What?
You are to take that shuttle to the moon base and ambush those two miscreants when they arrive.
Oh, yes. Who are they again?
Those two!
Oh, of course. There is just one problem. I'm,
Too washed up for ground combat? True. That is why I will be loaning you my starfighter. You can still fly, can't you? It's settled then. You will acquire the starfighter once you get to the moon. Screw this up, and the endorsement deal is off!
But that would ruin me. You wouldn't.
Try me.
How do you fit in there? So, best Republic class, Consular. You can't find it anywhere on the website. Guys, is my website that badly designed? Go to the review page. Go to the bottom.
I
It's
did
there.
not see Drek's ship. We must have missed him.
Who knows where Quark is now? If we're gonna catch those two, we need a faster ship.
Perhaps this space station will supply the ship we need.
Well, we're here. Let's go check it out.
Interesting visuals. Oh, I don't remember Lord Harriman. Okay. Well. Wait. Wait, I'm stupid. Where was the guy who wanted the rare titanium? Bokitaru, that's right. Thank you. Because we got that, right? Yeah. Now, I'm excited for Patch Trail. Of course, I'm also excited for Patch Within. And Midnight. Quark can wait. He doesn't have anything going on anyways. Which... Was that this way? Okay, so Elizar, everyone, hit the stream bricks. There's no sarcasm. I'm not trying to talk down to you, okay? Just gonna go ahead and showcase this, okay? So, here's my website, right? Actually, this is not my website. Okay, so here's my website. Hey! Review page, which is right there. I don't know if you can see my mouse. Yep, okay, so it's right here, and also right here. Also, here's me. Hey, look, it's me. Just to showcase a little bit, down here we've got our the beginnings of our most recent VODs. So Colony Ship, Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill 2R, Dishonored 2, and Ratchet and Clank 1. Cool. And you can just start going through these. Yeah, I'm playing Ratchet Clank 1. Isn't that cool? 53 viewers right now. Holy crap. There's also a link to the live review document, which will pull up in a new tab right here. And a link to the guessing sheet for anybody wondering where these are. There's also the queue right here. This is for seeing what we're playing next. And, of course, the list for stuff we're going to be playing in the future. And a nice big thing saying when it was updated last. You're asking about the reviews. So if you pull up this page... Now, I know this is getting a little hard to see, but over here we have... Hang on, you probably want this mode. So anyways, over here on the left, we have the name of the game, and it's in reverse order. So the most recent game we played was Dishonored 2. Story score, gameplay score, total score, golden number, date of run, modifiers as applicable, replay, qualifier, and a video link. Okay? Cool. Down at the bottom here is all the MMO stuff. Now, these are categorized by expansion for pretty obvious reasons. So, like, here's all the WoW stuff, here's all the FF14 stuff, there's Star Trek Online, there's Tor. If you go over to the right and click the video link for Tor, it'll pull up in another tab, and here's the beginning of the Tor review run. And if you just want to see the actual document, here's all the pluses and minuses. And I've also done some new stuff in order to make this easier parsable. Most people probably haven't even noticed, and that's fine, because, you know, visual design is something that most people aren't supposed to notice, but we have a different font for this. We have better spacing between logo, font, and the actual numbers right here. And we've got... I've started doing this thing. This is actually much more irritating to do than you'd think. I actually got some help from ISE and someone else in the Discord, I forget who, in setting up a custom script to help me do this, but the actual category of plus or minus is bolded right before the actual point itself. I used to bold these manually, yes. Now I got a script. Funny enough, FF14 was actually specifically the run that made me say, I need a script for this. Because, I don't know if you've seen the FF14 list here. Let's just pull this up really quick here. Let's go down to FF14. As you might imagine, so here's FF14. I've actually separated each MMO into their own page. This is a very recent change. So yeah, here's the FF14 document. Pretty small, right? Yeah. By the way, we're only halfway down. Literally. This is the halfway marker. This is the FF14 review document. So I want to hear it about the WoW document. Zzz. Although, actually, because so I had to separate WoW into its own thing as well, of course. That is actually, yeah, that's about as long. As you can see. Okay, it might be a little longer. We're already into story negatives. Oh, wait, no, these are still story. Never mind, those are story positives. These are story negatives. Here we go. Hang on. Hang on. Hey! We made it! I hope that's informative. Back to playing this game. I swear I want to play this game. I do. I know that all the evidence is to the contrary. So randomizers get their own category because they really are a completely different animal, right? They don't. We actually have a completely different formula for calculating the golden number of a randomizer, just like we do with MMOs. So we decided to give them their own category. The goal is to someday actually cover randomizers that aren't just LTTP. What's a randomizer? Okay. Okay. I'll come back to that.
Perfect! This is precisely what I need. You will bring me more raritanium.
You can't be serious.
Well, I tried.
Okay, so, is this a gadget? It is a gadget. Wait, no, it isn't. Is it just a thing? How do I use the persuader? Okay, so it is just is it just a thing now? Nice. Okay, cool. Okay. That's all I wanted. So there are two types of randomizers. One, which gets something in your eye and irritates you when you're trying to talk about randomizers. The other are awesome.
I got some great bargains for you today.
Hey, look, it even shows you how much you
That's a
save.
nice one.
So you said I want the Visibomb, and I want the Visibomb. I need the Visibomb. And let's just do that. So there's two types of randomizers. One type randomizes everything in the game to the point where it's effectively a new game in the skin of the old game. I'm not a big fan of those. It's just, if you want to play insert game here as if it was a brand new game you've never played before, that's what it's there for. And that's its point and benefit. We'll have to try this in a second. Well, that's your, I don't know what to call it. There are actual terminology for a lot of this stuff, but that's your basic randomizer, okay? Now I don't care for those, like I said, because it's just the game again. The stats are changed, the equipment has changed, the enemies are changed, the abilities the enemies have and give and change, all that. It just completely randomizes everything. You get the idea. But then, god damn it. I might have to actually go wash my face. I'm sorry. I'll be right back. The second type of randomizer is one that specifically challenges you to route. It's harder to explain, which is why I hesitated on it. Zelda's the easiest one to explain. For example, you change around where the chests are. But the thing is, you're probably thinking, well, so what? But the thing is, chests inform progression. Zelda games are unlocked, progression through a Zelda game is unlocked via having access to being able to use the hammer to break things in your way, or having the glove to lift rocks, stuff like that. Yeah, it becomes a form of a puzzle. It becomes, how well do you know about the game? It tests your mastery and knowledge of the game. So, those actually do have a term. Those are called open world randomizers. And yeah, those are harder to design and require a lot more work and effort, which is why they're so much rarer.
Those pulsing towers control the force fields. In order to knock them all out, you're going to need the Gadgetron Devastator or the Visibomb gun.
Oh, okay. They're funded the exact same way anything else is, offshore Twitch account. No, Jay Plumber. What? Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Yeah, a lot of Zelda games tend to be good open world randomizers. How did that miss everything? Okay, no, this is my life now. I'm going to hit this person. What? There we go. I still didn't hit them all. Oh my god, whatever. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts games, Zelda games, Metroid games tend to be good targets for that. One of my personal favorite open world randomizers is actually Final Fantasy IV. I know it sounds strange, but if you think about it, most RPGs, how you progress is down to triggers, right? And a lot of those triggers are key items. So in FF4, getting access to the hover card, for example, or getting access to the airship upgrade, or being able to get the adamantine to get the armor, or whatever, all that stuff is stuff you can randomize and put randomly in the world. And then, once again, the routing and the knowledge of the game comes into it. I don't think they're going to get hit by that, so we're just going to move on here. Interesting gun, by the way. Right, I want to jot that down before I forget. I made this mistake. This is my fault. I knew this was going to happen. I made the horrible, horrible mistake of praising this game when we first started the game. I just shut my gob and enjoyed it for what it was. These later levels wouldn't suck. I apologize. I went back in time. Said, alright, Insomniac, got a job for you. It is an extreme rarity. Here you go, guys. What is this? It is an extreme rarity that a game doesn't fumble the ending to some extent or another. We could come up with examples of that, but if you think about all of gaming, like all of video games across the last 40 years, most games stumble. It's why Sunshine Syndrome is so common. no prep time. It's just, here you go. Am I turning? Oh god, I can't tell if I'm turning. Am I? Game! Yes. Yeah, I will admit I can name several of my favorites that managed to hold up to the end, but they're the exception. No, we were just talking about Sunshine Syndrome, which is why I didn't feel the need to immediately explain something we were literally just talking about, so I apologize. Sunshine Syndrome is when you're playing a game, and at a certain point of the game, the quality of the game noticeably dips, and as a consequence, you just kind of want to put the game down. I think too fast for my brain. Yes, that's right. My brain. Not my mouth, which is what I meant to say. Proving my point. Point being, I'm an idiot. Why would I use the stairs? Alright, so... yes, so named for Mario Sunshine. But I like getting shot. Look, I need to exfoliate. Yeah, a game that suddenly becomes good and then, you know, stays that way. That's Mystic Quest Syndrome. I guess that's Mystic Quest Effect. You're probably like, why Mystic Quest? Well, because Mystic Quest is a really strange example. Yes, it was her. Because Mystic Quest is not what most people would refer to as a particularly good game, but actually, even like ignoring the standards of the time, even ignoring how good or bad Mystic Quest is, it's weirdly good in its last few levels. Actual puzzle design, decent enemy design, legitimately rewarding, side optional paths, good itemization, fun bosses. It's weird. Oh, and also a banger song. Like, Mystic Quest's final stage is actually good. It's the best stage in the game, which normally that should be the final dungeon. That is to say, the final dungeon should be the best stage in the game. Doesn't always happen. In fact, I would go so far as to say it usually doesn't happen. Oh, definitely worse, Hero. 100%. I mean, it makes sense, Rax. There is a reason I'm harsher on intros and outros. Was it back here? Yeah, the train was a bit of a disappointing level. Not terrible, just kind of disappointing. And a truly insane game is a game that retains quality throughout, which is something I actually track when it comes to the reviews, and use to help determine the golden number. Yes, say, there it is. I mean, how many games retain quality throughout? It's not a big list. Even some of my favorite games dip. Let's just do this. Camera. I would not consider FF6 to have a dip, personally. I know that several people disagree with me on that, which is more than acceptable. And yeah, I've noticed shorter games tend to have a better chance of not having a dip, which makes sense. Portal 2 does not have a dip, for example. Chrono Trigger doesn't have a dip. Mega Man 5 doesn't have a dip. Mega Man 11 doesn't have a dip. Yoshi's Island doesn't have a dip. Mario Odyssey doesn't have a dip. Mario Wonder doesn't have a dip. Super Metroid doesn't have a dip. Ori 2 doesn't have a dip. Yeah, there's a reason we're listing a lot of some of the best games we've ever reviewed. Yeah, Diablo 3 unfortunately does have a dip. It's somewhere in between Act 3 and Act 4. And it's just... I mean, there's nothing else for it. I don't know what else to add to it. Screw it, I'm just gonna go with the shot. Thanks, game. I hate it. WoW has plenty of dips. WoW bounces all over the place until you get to Dragonflight. FF14 has plenty of dips, while we're on the subject. I know not everyone agrees with me about ARR, but there's also Stormblood patch. Or no, sorry, Stormblood launch. My bad. Why did you do that? I'm pushing towards the crate, and he's like, I'm gonna kill that explosive thing. That's gonna hurt me, because I like getting hurt. I love the pain. Yeah, I didn't want to say Endwalker patches, but honestly, there is some when it comes to the Endwalker patches. Which ones? Oh, sure, Twitch account. Because that varies a little bit. It's a long stage. Destruction and arguing. So he's a Tellarite. Makes sense. Makes sense. I really want to shoot you. Could you come back here so I can shoot you, please? Please. Thank you. Ugh, excuse me. You know, honestly, Shadowbringers had a dip too, but that's a little non-linear. 2/3 of the raid content. At least on the story axis. God damn it. Yeah, Eden's solid on both axes. Although some of those fights, I'd say there's 2 fights which are but for the most part, Eden is solid. Even the near raid, which has good fights, still has some fights. And God, its story is just awful. Well, that is one of the things I jotted down for Viscerality Act. But I think I might put that under sound. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. You know, you keep saying that. I keep not believing you, Yura. Unless, are you working for the CCP? Be honest, Yura. I don't remember the Sleeping Dogs. I played it for Rumination. No memories. I mean, I always do on Privilege Account. One of the things I like to do is those kind of direct comparisons. In fact, fun fact, because this is a 3D platformer, and because the fact that I do things alphabetically, by complete coincidence, I knew it, Spartan! By total and complete coincidence, this game in the spreadsheet is right next to Spyro. Oh, I hope not, Rax. So, if you type !audit, the sheet's actually publicly viewable. You can see the whole sheet that I used to keep track of positives, negatives, categories, and genres. Completely misjudged my timing there. I never have actually gotten a handle on exactly what my jump timing is. And it's going to be funny, because I'm going to finish the game and be like, well, okay. I never figured it out. Correct, Elizar. You'll notice in Warcraft 3, in gameplay, which of course has nothing to do with lore, they have a timer, and if the timer runs out, they're gone. Oh yeah, this will be a net positive game. I would be shocked if this manages to dreck itself up in the final few hours. Possible, but I wouldn't bet on it. I have thought of a new negative, though. It's more like an old negative that I just haven't written down. I should just write it down right now. Really quick. Negative to the fact that people like this game. Yeah, we gotta do Drex Fleet still. There's nothing I enjoy in my life more than crapping on classic games that people love. Is something I've actually been accused of in my life. I mean, he's intended to be a cartoonishly evil CEO, which naturally means he's not actually as evil as the real thing. That sounds like a joke. Come on, game. Oh, I can't do it on the thing. Now that's the satisfying sound viscerality, by the way, right there. Breaking blocks is fine. Gathering bolts? Oh, that's candy. This might be the worst scoring Ratchet game we cover, yeah. I don't want to be too disingenuous about that, but honestly, I'm pretty sure the movie game is going to score better. Yeah, no, if I ever score Xenogears, which I kind of hope I never do, to be honest with you. Interest in it has really died down since Resident Arc covered it. Thank you, Resident Arc. So, you know, it might never get funded. And, Shadow of the Colossus. I was never a big fan of that. I've been called weird for years. Sure, you know what, I accept that. I don't understand your question, Elizar. I'm sorry. That's funny, Volleyball. I didn't know that. I think Sly 1 was scored better than this. So I just played Sly 1, but I don't remember anything about it because it was for Rumination. So that's the fox stealing one, right? Just to make sure I'm even thinking of the right game. Oh, excuse me. I apparently played Sly too. Well, I have no idea then. Look, most people function the same way whether they realize it or not. If you don't make an effort to retain a memory, you don't. It just goes away. It gets dumped with all the other short-term memory. I can actually name a perfect example of that. For those of you who drive, picture the last time you drove. Now, what was the color of the third card you encountered on that drive?
Hi there, Fuzzball.
What was the first major billboard you saw? Right? Like, you get... So those of you who have driven, you probably know exactly what I'm referring to. I have actually noticed in my own memory that if I move forward about 5 minutes, I will have already forgotten everything that happened 5 minutes ago in the drive. Now, that's fine. That's how that works. None of that is information that needs to be retained. Shut up. None of that is information that needs to be retained, so of course you purge it. That's normal. That's human brains. I actually agree with you, Rex. There's a reason I quit it. It was literally causing me health issues. Yeah, short-term memory is not very long, and it gets shunted very, very, very quickly. If I make it an active point to check myself, I will remember every single tiny detail.
Let's go, buddy. I ain't got all day.
Of about 20 seconds ago.
That's a real beauty.
Because I'm actually a good driver, and I'm paying attention to a large amount of things all the time. But once it's no longer relevant, it's gone.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Those are very expensive rounds, my goodness. Let's go grab this too while we're here. I have no idea. Offshore Twitch account. I don't know jack about this game. I only know that Nefarious exists because, you know, because I've played the movie game. Almost every plot item has cost bolts, Lord Airmont, like all of them. Let's go ahead and shoot this thing, I suppose. Oh, absolutely not, Rex. Like, I retain much better when it comes to reviews. I will admit, the queue being large has something that's bothered me for a very long time. And indeed, the fact that we're not caught up in the queue and I'm about to move is not something that I consider particularly fun. But, you know, someday we might actually get to the point where I can actually have the queue where it should be. Better. The whole system of the queue should be better. I don't want to talk too much about it, but I already know exactly how it's going to work and what we're going to do with it. All kinds of stuff like that.
I got some great bargains for you.
Where's my Devastator? Fine, fine. Take my money. So, do I think it's possible for Top 1 to continue to function after time is gone? No. Well, nope. I've already disagreed with myself. Yes, 100%. I mean, I'm not going to be streaming video games while I'm living out of a hotel or possibly someone else's place. We'll see. I don't know where I'm going to end up. I don't know how long I'm going to be there. I don't know how long it's going to be to transition to the house. I don't know what the house will be. I don't know what its streaming situation will be. I don't know how long it'll take to get the internet set up there. I know about as much as you do. I've been pretty open about how this is all going. No, I changed my mind. You could totally do it, Elzer. All you'd have to do is summon the golem, and then do something to maintain the golem, right? Like attach a battery to it. Or, you know, something where you can drain mana into it to sustain it. So yeah, no, you could totally have a Type 1 undead. Just keep going. Same way you could have any kind of golem. Keep going. Robots can sustain after their creators, after all. The problem with rewrite stuff is it requires my computer and internet. Which, if I have computer and internet, I'm probably going to be streaming. I was thinking about that because I'd love to get some rewrite work done. But I don't know if that's going to actually happen. Oh. So you can. Take the health then. There's the beginning of the level. There. Sure, Ross, what you got? A franchise that I would love to see an RPG in that's never had a good RPG before. Star Trek. All right, next question. Now, let me actually think about that, because there's a lot. There's too many options there. I know. STO doesn't. It disqualifies it. Has Zelda ever had an RPG? No. I think that's bad. I feel bad because I've been too brain dead lately, Elizar. My question answering skills are going down. My sister was making fun of me today for how much I'm in her words, rambling. Mass Effect. That's actually a good question, Ross, because you're right, both are bad. I would say the same way that I usually refer to good storytelling, which boils down to think about what the characters would actually retain from that moment and just stick with that, you know? Is that going to be a major thing that, say, Soren would actually bring up in the future, especially given the interactions that he's going through with Callum right now, right? It's a very natural way where it should come up. Now, to use a contrast, let's say that Rayla is like, let's see, what should I have for dinner? And then as she's saying that, someone's like, oh my god, you don't understand what Viren just did. So, like, don't just don't try to all over the place, you know. Don't try to be like, you know, did you know that the jailer's dick is gigantic? You don't need to actually constantly reference stuff like that. Let's see, franchise that should have an RPG that doesn't. I only pick one. I mean, that's a valid answer, Ross. There's actually several things in Voyager that probably should have come up after they did. And didn't. Good evening, franchise. I'm going to ask you this question too, Heather. What's a franchise that's never had an RPG that should? Go ahead and get your joke answers out of the way. We've probably covered most of them already. I was actually thinking about Mega Man. Fortunately, the Battle Network series exists. So. Oh, and I noticed Drax. Sorry. I've never actually played Battle Network, but it's an RPG, so that's the end of that. Yeah, so if we discount Shadowlands, Elizar, the answer is yes. Warcraft has an RPG. It's called WoW. I know people like to mock and belittle and deride, and there's good reason for that, but WoW is an RPG. It's like saying FF14 is an RPG. No. Calm, Elizar, calm. I was thinking about StarCraft. I love the StarCraft setting. It's kind of a dead franchise, and you could really fit a lot of different types of RPGs in StarCraft. Turn-based tactical RPG, classic, you know, kind of JRPG style, or ATB style. I think I'm going to stick with StarCraft as my answer. Because, yeah. I mean, Galaxy of StarCraft or whatever, something people have been workshopping around for years. I don't know, J. Palmer? StarCraft Universe, sorry. I mean, yeah, like, that's fair. What Huthor says is true. They have started and stopped many, many StarCraft projects over the years. That's not what I wanted to do, but cool. Okay, that's cool. Alright. Okay, I have an idea. It's probably not going to work, but I'm going to try it. God, that turning radius is so bad. I would say Ratchet and Clank definitely would qualify for RPG status. Nope, nothing there. An RPG is you know it when you see it. Anyone trying to have a more defined definition than that has already failed. Hey, Disco Inferno. I'd say Sean Bond. Sounds better. Well, see, that's what I just did, was I looked for an entrance around and up and set. Like, that was the whole reason I launched the missile. But we will continue exploring. So, supposedly, I forget his name, Yuji Hamiori or something like that? Let loose on accident. Haha, yeah, right. That they're working on a Chrono Trigger remake right now. How valid that is? I'd say pretty decent, honestly. As we were talking about when we were going through Silent Hill 2R, the games that are most likely to get remakes are the ones that need them the least. I'm sorry, Chrono Trigger, SNES Chrono Trigger, is a very good game today. So, very popular game, plus, you know, a perfectly good game that doesn't need a remake equals, yeah, they're probably going to greenlight that. Yeah, if they make Chrono Trigger R, it'll sell bonkers. That's just how that is. Well, some A-bombs have their souls reattached, at least all of their souls attached. But otherwise, yes. Probably Rex. Oh, I don't like this room. I don't like this room at all. Oh my gosh. Let's go ahead and save here. No, Noctis, but the reason I brought that up is because sometimes a game is good if you play a modern port of it or a modern version of it or whatever, right? Chrono Trigger, the original, is a perfectly good game now. And that's the point I was making. Yeah, Ocarina 3D really does a lot to polish up Ocarina. Issues with... Oh, I'm on the ceiling. Oh, I'm on the ceiling, and I can't use weapons up here. Okay. I will say that Chrono Trigger DS does fumble the ball in several ways, and that is going to lower its score if we ever actually review it. I have no idea, offshore Twitch account. A lot of that depends on how much luck I have renting an apartment from a distance. And yeah, Friendly Fire carried me through that, I'll admit that. Ideally, it'd be great to get up to, but not through, Kingdom Hearts 1. That's kind of my mental goal. But I might get delayed, and I mean, Lord knows that I was told I was moving last June, and that didn't happen either, so... stuff can get in the way. Who knows? Okay. I could see them making Kingdom Hearts 1R sometime. I could see that being a thing. Would I want it? I'd rather have a Chain of Memories remake. Chain of Memories, 358. And then 1, I guess, after that point. I mean, you know they'd go for that over other things, though, Rex. Like I said, there's no creative thought that goes into greenlighting a remake. That's the problem. It's purely financial thought that goes into it. Sorry, that's fair pillage. No. A good remake of Chains of Memories. And again, this is why stuff like FF9 might get a remake, FF7 did get a remake, and something like, say, FF5 or FF8 never will. Or, sorry, I don't know why I said 5. 2, FF2 or FF8 never will. What are you guys doing? Exactly, Ross. You look at spreadsheets, you look at sales figures, you look at current trends in the market. That's what decides what gets a remake, not what should have a remake, not what people want to make. We've gotten lucky several times with some people actually wanting to make remakes, and then, by coincidence, they make them and they're good. It appears to be my connection, Blade Tavol. I'm actually at 0.7% drop right now, which is pretty high, relatively speaking. Just think I get to deal with a whole new, possibly terrible internet thing when I get to the new place. Twice. Maybe twice. Maybe 3 times. So it'll be once or 3 times. One of those options there. The reason I came up with the term money people decades ago. Money people are the ones who make the decisions.
Hello, Captain Ratchet. Come and get me, hero.
Perhaps we could obtain a ship in there.
Great idea. Let's go.
Here's a little something from me to you. Pretty good for a beginner. Boy, you son of a... Ratchet, this'll be Ratchet.
Why is there no music for this? Congrats, Spartan.
Now, enough practicing. Let's have some fun. Thank you. Tonight's event will be rebroadcast at 7 on channel 4073. You know, Ratchet, I'm doing this for your own good. kid. I owe you one. Boy, you son of a... Time to get up close and personal. Some fun.
Such a minuscule heal. It's actually funny. I actually thought it didn't heal me at first. I just glanced at it. You've actually asked that before, Blizzard Stone. The answer hasn't changed. I don't know.
Looks like if you want a job done right, you gotta do it yourself.
I believe the current funding includes just the 3D mode. We could also just look at both.
You are in big trouble. Big trouble. Ratchet. This will be Ratchet.
A demake is a remake where the graphics go down in overall fidelity. Not necessarily quality, just fidelity. Imagine an 8-bit version of The Last of Us and you've got it. I don't think it's designed to be mocking. Most people associate remasters and remakes with graphical overhauls more than anything else. Which is why demake is just kind of a natural way to talk about that.
Oh, yeah! Bullseye! Look, I've always liked you, kiddo. I was just following orders. Hey! Mayday! Mayday! Well, Ratchet, I'd say you passed the test. Oh, boy.
You will never see Captain Quark ever again. The end.
Quark is history.
Despite my earlier criticism, I must admit, your piloting skills are improving.
I knew you'd come around.
But that has not helped us locate Drek.
Come on, Clank. Can't you just once relax and enjoy a little success? Hey, you want to catch Drek? Betcha this baby can do it.
This is Darla Gratch reporting live from Gorda City. This once peaceful planet is being torn apart today in an unprovoked attack. It now seems certain that Supreme Executive Chairman Drek will not be dissuaded in his efforts to destroy the galaxy for his own selfish needs. All hope certainly seems lost.
Darla Gratch, Channel 2 News.
Yes, I know. It is worse than I expected, too.
Look, maybe you were right. This is a lot bigger than you or me.
Oh my god.
I was really selfish focusing on Quark.
It is not too late to stop Drek.
Hey, yeah! We've got this new ship. Let's go get him.
Now you are talking.
And there we go. We're officially done with him being a dick. Listen, he's gonna wreck the entire galaxy. The whole thing, top to bottom. Gorda City ruins. Has the human been landing for you? No. How many levels are left, by the way? But there's no way we're finishing this today, right? Which is just really frustrating. But... oh my god. Okay.
Clank? Clank? Come on, wake up!
Captain Quark?
No, goofball. It's me, Ratchet.
What happened?
You got toasted by lightning. This place is having one heck of a storm. You won't be safe out there. I'll be right back.
Hey. Sorry, 1 second. What am I missing right now?
I got some great bargains for you today.
Tesla Claw. Oh, that's expensive. That's not happening.
That's a real beauty.
Yeah, that scene was, hey, you don't get Clank for this level. Which, yeah. Listen, you will never be done with the Waking Sands. So I'll let you know that right now. Up here. Maybe? No. This is over here. Maybe? God, I don't know what's going on at this point. Oh, right. I don't have my long jump. That does sound like an interesting choice, Disco. Is there a reason you hate yourself? Or is that just, you know... I mean, if by better you mean worse, then yeah, no, I got this. Yeah, we got the basic health grade and super couldn't afford the other one. The levels where they get rid of your kit can be really cool, interesting, fun, engaging. It can also be really frustrating. Which one do you think this one is? I have no idea, Lord Hammer. How many other weapons haven't we gotten? Can we know? I mean, obviously, there's the Rhino. Rhino, the Tesla. Sure what else. Okay, so apparently the Tesla's the last one. So the Tesla and whatever else we haven't already purchased. Is it even possible to get a boltless run of this game? There's no maybe at this point off your Twitch account. Like, there's no way we're beating this game today. I'm just waiting for dinner to be called. Probably in about an hour. You think we can beat the game in about an hour? Especially with these checkpoints. Of course, we did this perfectly the first time. It's naturally now we're screwing up. It's the normal route. Well, it almost worked. Yeah, it's the age-old problem, isn't it? I'm more impatient because I want to get done with the game. Which means I take longer. Because I'm functionally going slower. Uh, 18 minutes. I got this! I really hate waiting in a game, too. Just in general, that's always been true. Oh, almost threw me over the ledge again. So he caught that. Yeah, almost did it a third time. Just why not? Okay. Okay. I guess I could kill them? Like, I don't know what else to do here, so sure.
Sweet!
The Morpho Ray. Yeah. Okay. Oh, what? No. Are they chickens? Yes, usually at the very front of the store. Disco. One moment, please. Okay. I mean, chicken are actually really, really cheap to render. You ever see WoW Vanilla Chicken? I mean, come on. Let's see. Either play as the Tomb King's What's-His-Face, or Cathay What's-Her-Face, or the Lizard's Big Dude. One of those three. Now there's Vermin. But I was looking at my list of my favorites from the run. All three axes. I really hate flying enemies. There are so few tools to deal with flying enemies. Okay. Thanks, game. Really appreciate you. I don't think I had an initial reaction, unless you're counting when I streamed my live reaction to the initial leaked visuals, because I wasn't a super big fan of them. Still not, by the way. Those initial visuals, the screenshots, to be clear, were not good. What'd they do with the new Ogre Lord? Yeah, I've noticed, I don't know, the rate of bolt income is probably a little bit lower than what I would like. Maybe 15-20% more, just from drops, just from enemies, you know? Like, they pour bolts down your throat, but it's not really that many compared to what you actually need. Okay. Oh, nice, Udo. Why do I think players like to loot stuff in games like Far Cry Primal? Well, when you were born, your soul was ripped out of you, turning you into an eldritch, evil monster that desires nothing more than one of those evil acts that exist in gaming. I was actually debating that, Rex, honestly. Like, I was even debating, you mentioned there's a glitch, a bolt glitch. I was thinking, you know, I'm pretty decided at this point that the bolt throughput is just not what it needs to be. Jot that down. I do not know what that glitch entails. I know nothing. Mind game. Now, in my old age, I've gotten used to, preferring games that teleport loot into your inventory as soon as it's spawned. In other words, there is no active looting at all. It just goes, and that's it. And I'm thinking, that's insane. Lotro does that, for example. Loot is just there. It really does just remove the looting step from looting. You still get the loot, obviously. Let's do the mine layer. And we're dead! I don't accept that, so we're just gonna undo that here. Next planet, win a hoverboard, use the item on Railgar, talk to the hoverboard lead, make the hoverboard travel road, go to the taunter for 3 hours. After 3 hours, you have enough for the rhino. Okay. Huh. Yeah, Huthor's argument is the argument, which, to be clear, I don't really agree with / care about. But as with most things in game design, it's easy to work around that. All you have to do is make it an option. There you go. Boom. Done. Jesus, those things outrange me like crazy. Well, actually, yeah, we do have a specific term for means to an ends cheats, which do not qualify as cheat flag for cheating purposes. Like, I could just go grind, like that is a thing I can do, regardless of the glitch. Ignore the fact that I've had 1 health for a while now. I'm just gonna do that. Why, Rex? It's fine. Oko mode is fine. Well, that's kind of why the means to an ends glitch category, or excuse me, cheat category exists, Suthor. We can get really anal about what qualifies as a cheat. We really can. There's a lot of arguments that have been had over the years about what is a cheat and what isn't. At the end of the day, you know me, I like to take a bit of a Oh, you son of a sucker. Yeah, dropped me right onto it. That is such a dick move. I couldn't even see it coming. I still don't see it coming. I know they're there, and I still don't see them. Okay, they're there. I can barely see them now. Okay. That's actually my fault if I'd realized I could pause. I need to be more cognizant about doing this to switch weapons than this, because the lack of pause doing this is really screwing with me. I know that sounds strange, but in my head, my mind keeps telling me I can do that to swap. Oh, wait, no, I can't. Death. I've actually died several times just trying to swap weapons. No pause, no slowdown. Not even toggle. One thing I liked in Dishonored 2 is that you actually have a choice, whoa, of dropping your controller. You actually have a choice between whether your weapon wheel slows down or not, which is actually great because it can form an extra bit of frenetic, you know, excitement in the moment if you want that. And it can form a, hang on, let me think about my next move if you want that. As usual, I just said this, as usual, toggles and options tend to really add to a game. Look, sometimes you just need as many options as possible, okay, Huthor? What the heck does girl trouble mean? In context, of course. The armored core grip. So I'm not actually seeing a cheat thing. For, Huh? Sure. No, but after I do cut off, I'm going to be recruited for, you know, carrying heavy things. That's how that works. Oh yeah, no, I had fun of the eat earlier. Okay, let's see if this works. Sorry, I'm still trying to cheat. I gotta cheat! Yeah, streams should be normal for a bare minimum of 2 weeks because... No, that's not true either. I don't know, is the answer, Huthor. I would be really shocked if I don't stream tomorrow. I'll try to keep you all up to date. I know you don't care. button. This button. Okay, I'm doing something wrong because my cheat file isn't working and I don't actually know why. Yeah, I was hoping to hit Space Marine 2 tomorrow at this point. Sure, I'll just toss this at you really quick because I don't know what the heck I'm doing wrong. Oh god, where's this thing? I also just noticed I have nightly, which probably explains a lot about why it keeps wanting to update. I'm just gonna put it in current discussion. Just really quick. Is it this one? Yes, this one. That might be why I ended up grabbing it. Because I know I was having issue with stable for something that I was covering at some point. And so I transitioned over to nightly, and I haven't had issues since. Not counting losing my save states that one time. Okay, so let's go ahead and switch to the gun. Ah! Old bolt here. It's not what I was going for at all, but sure, I'll accept that. Like his expression, huh? This is low health. That's funny because PCSX, etc., generated that file. So thanks for that. Still nothing. Yeah, it's not there. Right, I can't hover right now. You know, in case you missed the entire point of the entire level. There's a lot of Devastator on this frickin' stage, aren't I? I am pretty sure I'm playing the US version. Actually, 100% sure. Hang on. Does not say what the revision is, just the serial and other stuff like that. So, do not know. And yeah, I was having a really hard time finding any cheats. That might be why I can only find the European ones. These lightning guys. Oh, these lightning guys. They are dicks. don't like that being just there behind me. Oh, come on! Oh, whatever. Normally, this would be where you get a checkpoint. I bet you money we don't have. Oh!
Welcome to my shop.
Maybe we do.
What can I get you? I'm looking for Drek. Sure, yeah, I got lots of stuff on sale. After the bombing, no one is around to buy anything. Are you okay? Low prices? Oh, you bet. I can make you a deal on a busted turburator, a mangled carbonizer, or I got this info bot.
Guess that bombing was pretty loud, huh?
Oh, you're one shrewd negotiator. I'll tell you what. I can let this infobot go for half price. Well, that's about it for me.
Thanks.
Quit your complaining. I gave you a great deal. Jeez!
Afraid to go out at night? Afraid to go out during the day? Just plain afraid? Then you need this! The Ultra Mech Unlimited. This mech is the ultimate in personal defense system. Blorge Industries is now taking pre-orders. Get yours before it's too late.
Now that's what I call serious firepower. Clank's gonna be jealous if he sees this.
Why do they all grab the infobots by the neck? I mean, yeah, pretty much.
I got some great bargains for you today. Oh, that's a nice one.
It's juvenile humor, which I don't enjoy in general. But even juvenile humor has, you know, a style to it. Whereas this is mostly just, hey, isn't this gross? Or, hey, isn't this funny? With no attempt to actually make it a joke. Most of the jokes in this game are what you usually call one-note jokes, aka, hey, here's a man in a dress. Isn't that funny? And that's it. That's the joke. Yeah, exactly, after a Twitch account. It's just, at that point, you're not making a joke, you're just being a dick. Trying to figure out how to get over there. Look, at some point we might get healed. Maybe. Okay, that looked funny. Of course it's ice and wind. Okay. Okay. I mean, everything I've heard has indicated that the games from 3 onwards are going to be way better. I, of course, have no way of knowing. Well, I only said 3 instead of 2 because I've heard that 2 is obviously better, but might be a Mega Man 2 situation. Yeah, Mega Man 2 is better than Mega Man 1, but it's still Mega Man 2, right? I was thinking the same thing before. Oh, hey! We might be able to have more than 1 health in a second. All I have to do is brave this ice to get it. That feels like bait. Yeah, that's bait, isn't it? There we go. Ooh, okay. That is quite literally the first time wrench throw has been useful this game, to me. What's the darling of Ratchet and Clank? You know, the Resident Evil 4. So, go to the website. Go to the, go to the list. At the very top of the list is a link that says who's put money towards what. It'll open up a spreadsheet. That's the one you're looking for. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, we're okay. We're okay. Yeah, we did it. We successfully died. Soft locks like that are pretty much why I make save states, even though I don't use them. So I don't feel like being soft locked. I don't think anybody feels like me being soft locked right about now. Listen, checkpoints are for squares. Real men don't need checkpoints. Is an argument I've actually heard before. Actually, it's usually said in the lines of, I don't see what the big deal is about not having checkpoints. I don't need them. You know, humble brag kind of a thing. Hello, Sean. I mean, it's not happening. I'm not even done with this stupid stage either. I am not actually 100% certain what happened there. You know how it's hard to walk in a straight line? Well, I kind of started going too close to the edge, and as I was trying to correct and get back from the edge, I died. Like, I slipped off and died. And I'm not 100% sure how that happened. What do you think of anti-gravity gimmicks in platformers? Well, it depends, as it always does. Sometimes they're done really, really well, looking at you, Mega Man 5. Sometimes they're done not very well, looking at you, Ratchet and Clank 1. No offense, but this is not a good anti-gravity mechanic. It's fine, but it's not particularly interesting. It's just, alright, so there's no gravity here, and that's it. You're stuck on it. See, you're stuck and you can't use your weapon. So, this is actually a fairly common thing. Well, name a 3D game that has an anti-gravity mechanic that isn't this one, Elizar. God, I'll never forget not being able to walk in a straight line in Ocarina of Time and dying over and over because of it. Yeah, they also took away my double jump. Or not double jump. Triple jump? I don't know. Sonic 3 is a 3D platformer? This is news to me. Twilight Princess is not a platformer. Oh, Sonic Adventure 2. I don't think I've ever played Sonic Adventure 2. So I can't speak to that. Really don't want to have whatever happened last time happen again, so we're just going to do this. Are you serious, little one? I suppose that's fair. Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 would qualify as having a fairly strong gravity mechanic since it's a huge focus of the game. Crash Bandicoot 4? I'm not sure I've played that one. That threw me for a second. Like, that's certainly a good thing. But, like, I was so thrown by this. Like, wait, what? No! Yeah, we're just save state because I don't feel like doing all that over again. Yeah, I was guessing this the first time we saw the ice plus the wind plus the lightning. Ugh. Almost. Huh?
Captain Quark!
Where?
Come on, Quark, I know it's you.
The name's Steve. Pleased to meet you.
Look, Steve, I need to know where Drek is before it's too late.
Did you say too late? Sir, it is never too late to acquire the latest in the long line of quality products from Gadgetron. I have for you, today only, the Gadgetron PDA.
Public display of affection?
No, personal delivery assistant. This device allows you to purchase ammunition wherever and whenever you want it.
Yeah? How do I know it works?
You can always trust Gadgetron quality, or my name's not Steve.
Okay. Should I buy that? Like, this feels like a trap. Should I buy this? Okay.
Thank you, and have a quark-tastic day.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
You can buy ammo wherever, it just costs double. Interesting. Gotta pay that shipping charge. Ten times the cost? Jesus. I guess I could test it. Let's see. Of course, I can't use any items while on magnet boots. Thanks, whoever you are.
I got some great bargains for you today.
Yeah, that is 10 times. 10 bolts for a single round of blaster ammo. This is the Eternal Planet. Oh my gosh. Oh, it varies. Okay. Well, still, 10 bolts. Ugh. I guess that's a decent money sink, legitimately, but wow. Where's my notes? They're there. Whoops, wrong controller. This has been a very long stage to go through without having Clank, I gotta say. Like, it's getting kind of weird at a certain point. Whoops. I do not know, Yura. But do you? Does Yura have the secrets of the Blizzard Insider Track? Is she secretly the... That. Why am I back here? What? I will poke at New Game Plus, as I always do. Good night, off the deep end. Whatever. As for getting all the gold boats, use the same save for it. Usually you don't need to use a different save to keep your weapons. That feels like a strange thing to do. So let's try this again. Anyway, so Yura, of course, took over Blizzard years and years ago. She calls herself the supreme dominatrix of Blizzard. It's kind of horrifying, actually. The Yura Matrix. I wonder if that applies with an emulator. Not that it would ever emulate this game, obviously. You know, that's a good point, Wolverine, because these checkpoints are just... Oh, I'm fine, Triaxia. I'm fine. Use the knife, Triaxia. I'm ready. I don't know why it's not grabbing that one. So... why is it not grabbing that one? Nope. Game. I have no camera control here at all. Literally, no camera control. Come back! Up. Okay. Nothing? Okay. Look, I didn't trust it. I have been here before. But then we were over here. Weird how that worked out. Congrats, up your Twitch account. It's like magic. I did it while you weren't looking. You blinked, you know. There was a Twitch blip, and then I was here. I've been on this stage for over an hour. I don't know how long, like, that is relative, but I've been here a minute. But then, wrong. Okay, so. Come on! Oh god, look where it puts me too. I don't even know what this is. Relative. Oh, I guess I do know where this is. Never mind. This is right at the beginning. Ham. Game. Please tell me I didn't do all that for a gold bolt. I've decided to kill myself. I know, right, Kitten Fan? But no, we have 5 more stages after this. Okay. Hey, Clank, you bored? I don't know. That sounds like a better time than this. Okay, so Core 2. Have I given a plot negative? I should give a plot negative to plot.
Well, I guess Quark didn't eliminate them.
How observant of you.
Thank you, sir.
Now, if you were only so diligent in doing your own job.
Yes, sir.
Since our new planet is nearly finished, we need a plan to remove the world that is occupying our selected orbit. This time, it must be absolutely foolproof. Time is wasting.
Ready?
Hi there, Fuzzball. That's a real beauty. That's a real beauty.
That's what I thought. I can't believe it just now occurred to me. I should be buying cheaper ammo regularly, even if I'm not going to use it. Because that way, the only ammo drops will be the expensive ammo. Everyone in chat. Well, duh! I know, I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. Look, I have never claimed to be smart. Not once in my entire life have I actually claimed to be smart. I do remember that.
We'll need the Gadgetron hologuise to explore the factory. Unfortunately, our scanners do not detect the hologuise on this planet.
Damn it, Einstein. What does he know, honestly? Come on. Sorry, debating. So hang on. Is there, like... How do I explain this? Is there a point in doing this planet if I don't have the treasury thing? Because I gotta be honest, if I was playing this by myself, I probably would leave right there. It's like, oh, okay, I need to come back to this planet. Sure. I probably screwed up. Oh, I see what I screwed up. The kit is actually pretty good. I'm actually thinking a double. I've seen better kit from this franchise, even. But there's enough variety and general fun to it to at least qualify for a double, I think. The biggest problem I have with the kit is it feels like the game itself doesn't really take advantage of said kit in the way that it probably should. Encounters don't feel designed around allowing you to play around with stuff, you know? I've noticed that the whole game, but it's really been getting obvious in the last few levels, which if you've been paying attention, are extremely enemy spammy. With no pause on the thing other than doing this. It just kind of feels like, eh. And then there's the fact that some of the stuff just won't aim for beans. Yeah, like they have the HM problem, which could have been its own thing. And according to you guys, it has been fixed in future games. I have no idea, J. Paul. I actually don't know as much about the development of this game as I'd like to. Like, there's been a bunch of interviews about it, but most of them are pretty recent. Like, just a couple years ago.
Was it pi over infinity, or...
Hey! You need help fixing that thing?
Actually, I'm trying to destroy it.
Why?
I was contracted to re-engineer my enlarging machine to create huge, heavily armed mechs.
So that's where those mechs came from.
Precisely. Had I known Drek was behind this, I never would have done it.
Is there anything we can do?
Well, if you'll volunteer to be enlarged, you may be able to stop those mechs long enough for me to sabotage this machine.
And then you will change me back?
I've never tried that, but in theory, yes.
Sure. What? I'm sorry. You know how there's a certain set of sound effects you just hear over and over? And it's especially true, like, in sci-fi sound effects. You hear sci-fi sound effects in, like, every sci-fi game, right? Picture entering a bunker in StarCraft 1. Hear it? It's kind of hard to hear under the combat, but just it's the footsteps. That right there. And yes, this would qualify as a hyper beam moment. I like how Ratchet's just hanging on to the back like, what?
When your energy bar is full, press the triangle button to unleash an atomic energy blast.
This is Rock'em Sock'em robots right here. Yes, please, Rex. Appreciate it. I know I've been a terrible reviewer over the last couple of days. Finding out rather suddenly that I'm moving, like, probably within, like, a month, kinda did a number on me, I'm not gonna lie.
Well done! Now just step into the machine and we'll see what happens.
Nice to have you back, I guess.
I've recalibrated the controls to allow only your specific circuit pattern.
Oh, perfect.
I don't know how to thank you two. Maybe this'll help.
New! From Gadgetron, the makers of weapons and other fine products, comes the Hollow Guys. With the Hollow Guys, you can fool robots into thinking you're one of them. Match your wits against other robots. Work on robotic assembly lines. Attend robot parties. The Hollow Guys. Available only at Gadgetron headquarters for a limited time. Not to be used for illegal purposes. We're only in sanctioned areas. You will not actually become a robot.
If I can get that thing, I'll be able to get past those robot guards.
Robots are not so easily fooled.
Ah, what's that?
What?
Uh-huh.
Okay. That was fun. I'll give you that. That was a proper hyper beam moment. Plus the hyper beam moment. What's the name of this planet? Core2. Is that just sludge? Why? Why? do a couple things here. You know, I have played Satisfactory, and that is one of the biggest strategies for dealing with radiation, if you're not going to sink it. Yeah, I know. Hang on. Let me mess with this for a second. That. This. Whoops. So there was no option to do any individual cheat, just all of them. Which is strange, but whatever. It's fine. It's working. So, what are the other 6 cheats?
I got some great bargains for you. I got some great bargains for you today.
Now let's try out the Tesla Plow.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Okay. Jesus, that's as big as his head. What are these things? Oh my god. Oh, I already like it. I already like it.
To use the Tesla Plow,
found 4 of 2. Found 4 of 2. Found 4 of 1. Found 4 of 3. Guys, I'm kind of worried here. Look, lightning weapons are just cool in like any game. Why do you think I played as the Soviets back in Red Alert? It wasn't because I liked working for extremely insane Stalin. Let's see. So it was. I guess it's faster just to go there. So, random fun factoid of the day. I know you don't care, but this is just something I found interesting because I was looking it up. So, for those of you who haven't played Red Alert 1, Red Alert 1 isn't cheesy or fun or silly or zany or anything. It's horrifying. It is played very straight. And as a result... I love it. I am in love. As a result of that, Stalin is pretty horrific. But here's the funny part. While I was researching that, I found out something. There's been several portrayals of Stalin in fiction over the years, and several actual historians agree that the most realistic, the most true-to-life portrayal of Stalin in fiction is in Red Alert 1. Because they really did their homework. They really, they sat down and was like, okay, how did he work here? How does it, his mannerisms, blah, blah, blah. And of course, Joseph Kukin is a very, very good director. So he was right there doing what he does best. And yeah, he's just kind of like that uncomfortable kind of scary, you know what I mean? Look, that Tesla was nice, I'm just gonna say. I've actually read a few books. I've researched Stalin myself, although that was in high school, so very high school level stuff. I would like to buy. There we go.
Oh, this thing is heavy. Yeah, try carrying it around in your trench coat for 2 months.
Thank you, sir. We'll be sure to tell everyone about your services.
Listen, you little twerp. If you tell anyone what you saw or what we talked about,
Do I even have to say it?
yous two have a nice day.
So this is a rhino, huh? Is that tank still alive? No. I'm actually kind of sad. Alright, let's just fire a shot, see what happens. Are those homing? Okay. Okay. What? Oh, that's not even that expensive of ammo. That's not even that expensive of ammo. I guess that makes sense when you get to the point where you've already afforded the damn thing, right? Why can I not make this extremely simple and basic jump? There we go. Yep, so I need to go back to, Gimlick. And Orxon, apparently. Yeah, the game's suddenly better! Okay, real talk. I've been sitting and processing for a bit, because you know me, I like to figure out whys and wherefores. I think the resource limitation thing is at least part of the problem. The fact that, I don't know, like I said, 15, 20% more bolts would probably smooth it over a lot without having to just sit and farm. And, I'm sorry, you know I hate sitting and farming. I've had my fill of sitting and farming. I played Final Fantasy games when they were new. We're done with that part of my life. Now, farming can be fun. There are ways to make farming fun, but, you know... Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, I was thinking about this, too. Hang on, I'm going to Gimlick. Ah, there it is. That hasn't been true except for that one period of time, Rex. You notice I've been going way slower since then. I have done that before, Belly Bowl. On the DS version, specifically. One other thing I've noticed is that if I didn't have a guide or a walkthrough, or you guys, what I would be doing is buying each gun as they show up, because of course I would. Right? Like then just a normal playthrough and a normal play style, I would want to try out as many things as possible pretty much the moment they become available. Not just because I want to, but because it feels like that's what the game wants from me. Right? Shot. Rip you anyone. Thank you, Baron. As always, where am I going, by the way? I'm not actually sure where I'm going here. Where's Kid? I was jotting down Kid. Yeah, so I'm still thinking a double for Kid. I think I stand by that. I need to write down Baron's donation really quick. Going for the Yakuza Kiwami 2, Buckshot Roulette, Kirby Block 1. Where's the Australia? There it is. Okay. Honestly, the only weapon I don't really care for is the flamethrower. I'll actually give you the decoy bit as well. Because the flamethrower, its range is weird, and its angle is way more narrow than you'd think it is. Like, you think flamethrower, you think AoE, right? You probably noticed me doing this when I do the flamethrower, too, just to get the jets out there and try to effectively force it. What? That hurts. That's probably dinner, honestly. So let's go ahead and get these two things and then call it. The flamethrower is a better flamethrower, I agree. So, speaking of... Well, we've got green flame. 2 or 3 people got that just now. Are those rebound shots? They're rebound shots. Okay. Actually, I do volleyball it. Looks like a bigger AoE on that. Nice, nice. Bigger bots. I'm guessing meaner bots. Clean up this entire room. Oh, there's the green flame again. Nice. Okay. Yep, Ratchet was always a fell user. Think about all the people he kills in these games. Where do you think all that life is going? Think about it. I mean, Clank is basically an imp anyways. Okay, where's... Oh, where was that stupid thing? It's like right there, but... Yeah, this feels like it. I mean, he is basically a Volpera. I didn't even realize that. You're right, though. Liquid nitrogen gun? That just sounds fun. So, can I admit, the one thing I liked the most about the movie game? It's obvious based on the context here. It was the guns. I don't know what the guns are like in the other ones, but I really enjoyed all the kit in the movie game. Top to bottom. Like, it was fun just roaming around and trying different weapons because, hell yes. Isn't that funny? See, that's the level of jokes we were talking about here. Oh, that's a shame. Still good, but, you know. Oh, well. With that, I think we will go ahead and pause for the night. Go get pizza, apparently. Tomorrow, we might actually be in the game. Oh, my God. Might be a thing. I'll see you guys.